my channel. Feels like a long time, but it has only been a week, but it's been a week too long. Today we're gonna be doing a nice little workout together, and when I say nice little, I really don't mean nice little because it is gonna be very, very hard. This is one of my go-to routines when I want to like lose weight, build muscle really fast. I incorporate this workout routine in my weekly plan, and I'm telling you guys, you will feel the burn. Grab your pre-workout, grab your little Rice Krispie treat, baby, because you're gonna need energy. And let's go ahead and hit this workout. Okay guys, so we're gonna start out with a nice high intensity warm-up, and I love doing about 500 meters on the ski machine. It just really gets your heart rate pumping, gets everything just really activated and ready to jump right into your full body routine. Weighted lunges are the best way to hit your lower body all at once because honestly, I don't care what anyone says, I feel like you get glute activation and quad activation at the exact same time. So for me, it's a great, two-in-one deal. Moving right into another HIIT workout, we're gonna go for these weighted jumping jacks. Rule of thumb, don't go too heavy on the weights because honestly, you could really hurt yourself. I feel like 10 to 15 pounds is good enough for me. Now we're gonna go into another press movement, but this is gonna be a snatch to press. This is also gonna hit your legs, your back, your arms, your shoulders. Girl, you're gonna hit everything at one time. So this is another really good go-to if you want something to like keep your heart rate up, but you don't really have that much time in the gym, you gotta do this. And then of course, we can't finish our workout without some abs. I went ahead and added, of course, something a little more challenging to it by adding some weights and doing some overhead presses. And of course, 30 minutes of cardio to burn that fat. So if you don't do anything, babe, make sure you hit that cardio. All right, guys, so we're back at home and we're done with the gym for the day. So we're about to actually go ahead and get ready because I'm going out. I realized that there were a lot of questions on my recent weight loss video. And so I figured it'd be fun to answer some of those questions while I get ready, do my makeup and stuff. I also wanted to give you guys an update of where I'm at in my fitness journey and all that type of stuff. A question that I kept getting asked on my last video was how long did it take me to see results? And I realized after I posted the video that I didn't really clarify how long it actually took me to see results. I started officially about like end of May, early June of 2024. I would say my body really started to actually transform by October, November. But that still wasn't even a huge difference. That was like, what, 5 months, 4 to 5 months to actually see some noticeable changes. I knew I was losing weight because my clothes were definitely getting big on me and I had to keep buying so many clothes. Nobody talks about how much that is so freaking annoying. I had to buy clothes every 2 months when I was on like the peak of my journey, which really started to piss me off. And I got to a point where I was like, I'm not buying no more clothes until I hit my goal weight because this is starting to cost too much. So my body really started to transform around like October, November, and I'm actually gonna insert some photos around my birthday of that year. That's when I really started to feel like my body looked kind of fire. You can still see that I had a lot of weight in my face and my back, but for the most part, that was about a 30-pound difference, I would say. So it was definitely giving. Something to keep in mind too is that a lot of times people notice before you do. So I remember maybe like 2 months into my journey, people did start to tell me that I looked like I was slimming down a little bit. I just didn't notice because, you see yourself every day and you don't always recognize the change as much as someone else does. What my recommendation is, if you actually want to know if you look different, monitor your clothes sizing. If things are getting too big, then you know you're losing weight. And also take a lot of progress photos because I would do side-by-side photos every week and I did start to see small changes. And I remember how hype I would get. Like that would really motivate me to keep going. I used to post it on my close friends and stuff and people were commenting like, yo, we see the difference. Like that's crazy. Another common question I got was about my diet. People wanted to know if I cut carbs when I was on my weight loss journey. The answer is yes, but I was very strategic about it. So in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, I did try keto. I tried a very low carb diet, but I had to learn that carbs are really not the enemy. Like, carbs are not bad for you. It just depends which carbs you're eating. If you're eating a lot of simple carbs, which are carbs like, white potatoes, white rice, things that just break down into sugars, then you're going to notice that, you might put on a little weight or you might hold on to some of that weight. But if you start to change your diet to be primarily complex carbs, which are like sweet potatoes, whole grains, brown rice, those are carbs that actually break down into energy. For example, if I know I'm gonna go hit leg day, I know that I definitely want to eat some type of complex carb before the gym. I will opt for like maybe oatmeal. I don't have the full list right now, but you guys can just Google some examples of like complex carbs that are really good for you. The reason that a lot of people will be like, oh, make sure you eat carbs before like an intense workout is because you really want to get that energy in. If you try to work out and be active on your weight loss journey without eating, you are going to start to feel really fatigued. You're not going to be able to have enough energy to train as hard. So eating is a really big part of, honestly, everything that you do in fitness. Don't believe the hype. Don't avoid meals. Don't skip meals. Don't do anything unhealthy like that. Because what a lot of people don't realize is that you could definitely lose weight by simply not eating, but your body is actually not going to look as good if you're not fueling it correctly. If you're not fueling your body, you're not gonna have energy to work out, which means your body's not actually going to be able to put on any muscle, burn any fat, stuff like that. If you're not eating enough protein, then you won't be building enough muscle. So you could be in the gym lifting hard all day long, but if you're not making sure you eat enough protein every day, then your body won't actually be able to build muscle. These are all things that I had to learn along the way, and I really thought I knew what I was doing in the beginning, y'all, but I really didn't. Like, a lot of the things that I had to learn and everything that I'm sharing with you guys are based off of the mistakes that I made, a lot of trial and error, and also learning. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I listen to a lot of TikToks. I have a lot of friends in the fitness space, so I like to pick everyone's brain, especially bodybuilders. I have recently been meeting so many bodybuilders, and I love to watch their vlogs when they're on prep for a show or just talking about how they break down their meals, because it's just crazy how you really have to eat a certain amount in order to reach certain goals. That's like one of the biggest misconceptions about losing weight is everybody thinks like, oh, just eat less. But that's not really the whole story. Like, you know what I mean? It's about intentionally eating. So you should actually be eating a lot, but it's about what you're putting in your body that matters. This video was kind of primarily a weight loss driven workout, and I want to talk a little bit about why I've been doing more workouts like this. I had to cut the camera because I had to do my eyeliner, guys, and I am not that skilled to do it on camera. This part of the video is where I want to talk about where I'm at on my cut, because I started a cut about 6 weeks ago and I have been down about a pound a week, which is really, really good. When I first started losing weight, I would always aim to lose about 2 pounds a week. That is actually a lot of weight. So the average person losing 2 to 3 pounds a week or more is really considered to be pretty fast weight loss. And a lot of times it's majority water weight, which is why once you start to regulate your eating again or get back on track, like for example, if you were to get sick and you're not really eating or drinking, like let's say you have a stomach bug, you may get on the scale and be like 5 to 6 pounds lighter in just like a week or a week and a half. That is primarily water weight, which is why once you start eating and drinking again, you will end up realizing that you put the weight back on. A lot of times when you are losing 1 pound a week, it's actually considered to be pretty like good weight loss. I'm someone who wants to maintain and build as much muscle as I can while also simultaneously losing fat. And so when you do that, it does sometimes take a lot longer for the scale to drop. So whereas you may be, let's say, dropping 2 to 3 pounds a week, if you are primarily focusing on tons of cardio or dropping into a calorie deficit, but not really putting on a lot of muscle or eating a lot of protein, you'll notice that you'll actually lose that weight on the scale a lot faster, but it runs you the risk of looking skinny fat. And I think I talked a little bit about that before, but I actually did end up becoming victim to being skinny fat. Basically, what that means is that you get so small or skinny, but you actually still have a lot of fat on your body. And so, yeah, you're small, but you don't really have that much definition. You don't really have that much, I don't know, just muscles in certain areas. It just doesn't really look that good on me. Some people don't care, but me personally, like I said, I want to be a muscle mommy. So I like to make sure that I look nice and toned up. To do that, you do have to be patient and you have to take the longer route. You have to focus on eating high protein but low calorie meals, lifting pretty heavy. So I lift pretty heavy throughout the week, and I also progressive overload. And pretty much that is when you either start at a heavy weight at the top set and then work your way down to doing more reps on a lower weight, or you can do it the opposite way around where you go higher reps, lower weight, and then at your top set, you're at your highest weight, lowest reps. You can really do it either way. That is pretty much how I've been structuring my workouts. I've been eating a ton of protein and really tracking my calories, making sure that I have good ratios between my meals. So not eating too much like fatty meals, sugars, and stuff like that. Even though I do have a sweet tooth and I actually really do love a good snack. I'm trying to make better decisions, guys, and choose healthier snacks and eat more just intentionally across the board. But it's a work in progress. Like, no matter how much people sit on the internet and talk about how much of a gym girl they are, everyone still has things that they want to work on. That's why I want to make sure, as I continue to share my story and vlog for you guys and really build this community on this channel, I want you guys to know that I'm just like you. Some weeks I'm doing better than others. Some weeks I have, more discipline than others. I like to go out. I like to eat out with my friends. I like to go out and party. Obviously, all of those things are not, what people say you should do when you're trying to lose weight. But I also don't believe in limiting myself and being unhappy in life. I work out so hard. I look good. Somebody gonna see this body, okay? One day I do want to get to a point where I don't drink ever. Just like even spiritually, I'm Christian, and it's just something that I want to work toward. And I also do recognize the health benefits of it. Like, apparently when you drink, your body actually stops the process of fat loss. Don't know why. I think it just holds on to it. I don't know. It does something to your body when you drink. Like I said, guys, I'm just not there yet. Like, you know what I mean? I just have to be real. Like, I am just not there yet, but soon come. Pray for me, child. Pray for me. I'm just gonna go in and set everything with a pressed powder. I'm actually loving the way my makeup came out. I feel like it just looks so cute. Being 6 weeks into my cut and knowing that I still have so much more to do is like exciting for me, because I actually find it to be really fun. I love seeing what I'm capable of, and I have that dog in me, you know what I mean? So I like to see what I could really do. My goal right now is to lose as much fat as I possibly can, but most shredded I've ever been. So I do want to have very minimal fat on my body. I really want to have a lot of muscle as well. I don't really have like a weight in mind, because I learned that you could really look so different at every single weight that you may have in your mind. Like, oh, I want to be this weight, and then you get to that weight and you're like, oh, I'm actually, I don't know, too small, too big, whatever. I'm just gonna go based off of how I look. Like, when I feel like I look super T, then period. You know what I mean? I am obviously weighing myself and tracking my fat content on my body. I'm gonna link a good scale that you guys can get on Amazon. And this scale tells you all of your body fat percentages and stuff. It's really helpful and honestly really fun to track the progress along the way. You can also do something called an in-body scan, which a lot of gyms do have. It's basically like this machine where you take your shoes off and this whole contraption. You basically just stand on it. It reads your body, your height, your weight, all that stuff. And it literally tells you like how much fat you have on your body, where you hold the most fat. And I think that the in-body is definitely one of the most, accurate readings of body fat, but if you just want something in your house, quick little $20 scale, I'm gonna just tag it below, the one that I use, because it's actually really good. I'm really excited to document this journey with you guys, because when I first went on my weight loss journey, I never shared anything on social media until I actually lost like 30 something pounds. I posted stuff on my close friends, like when I was at the gym and whatnot, but I never posted like transformation photos and stuff until I started looking like something, you know what I mean? Because I was not secure enough to post at that time. But now obviously I post everything. So if you guys aren't following me on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff, you should follow me, because I be posting, girl. Like, if you guys don't want to wait to see my content at the end of every week, you could just go on my social media, because I post every single day. So you're gonna get like workout videos, what I eat in a day, just little random pieces that I have about the gym and all that type of stuff. So I never really posted anything when I was losing weight the first time, and I kind of wish that I did. Like, looking back on it, I kind of wish that I recorded, you know, little vlogs or just cute little moments of me on my journey. Like, I had so many nights where I wanted to give up, so many nights where I was crying and just, I don't know, just feeling like mixed emotions, you know? Some days you're super proud of yourself, and then some days you're like, dang, I have so much work to do, you know? But I just wish that I filmed more of it, because I don't really have that much content of where I started outside of like pictures and whatnot. But this time I have you guys, and you know, we are really growing this channel. I can't even believe the amount of love and support I've gotten on my last few videos. So I just want to take the time to say thank you, because I don't know, I'd be a little nervous about getting back on YouTube, because YouTube is such a vulnerable space. Like, you are talking, you're more open, you know, you're really like digging deep and just showing so much of yourself. And it's really scary sometimes. Like, you don't know if people are going to be offended by the things you say. You don't know if people are going to, like, I don't know, just not like you or like your personality. But I just decided to give it a go, and it just really paid off. So that's how I know that God has this for me, and this is my purpose, to just share my story, motivate you guys, inspire you guys, and just be able to give you guys all of the knowledge and vulnerable moments that I have to share. Like, I just want you guys to know that I am just like you. I go in the gym some days and don't feel the best. I wake up some days and, you know, I feel insecure as well. Sometimes I have to give myself pep talks. So don't let social media, you know, make you think that I'm not a person just like you. I feel the same emotions you guys feel about your weight loss journey, but I just want to show you guys that you will reach your goal. You will get there. Just keep going. Don't give up on yourself. And that's just the whole point of me making these videos, is because I just want to document my journey so that I can be of help to you guys. And it's also fun to watch back and see myself grow and shift and evolve along the way. And I'm just enjoying every minute of it. So I really want to say thank you so much, guys, for just sticking with me and getting to know me. If you're new here, welcome to the family. Like, it's so fun here. Like, we are gonna have fun. I'm all about positivity and good vibes, and I don't like negative stuff. So if you come over here with your negativity, you will get blocked. Okay, I would love for y'all to also share your stories in the comments, and I would love for everyone to just interact. Like, this is a family. Like, if you see someone in the comments who, you know, they're asking a question and you know the answer, or you have a story to share, drop it below. You know what I mean? Like, let's talk. That's just the whole point of, you know, why I'm sharing my journey again. And this cut is going well. I'm really excited. I'm seeing a lot of great results, but I still have a ways to go. And so I will bring you guys along with me. I have a ton of videos planned for y'all, but I really wanted to start out with some workouts for you. We're gonna mix it up. Some videos will be, you know, me sharing my story, vlog style. Some are gonna be me in the gym, me in the kitchen. Honestly, girl, we're gonna do everything on this channel. So just stay tuned, subscribe, lock in. I gotta go get dressed, but thank you so much for tuning in today. I gotta go get dressed, so I'm about to be out. But thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. And thank you for subscribing and showing me so much love. I really love y'all. Like, for real, we really go together. Like, we dead locked in. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna see you guys next week. Bye.